All right, the explanatory. Good. All right,好，I'll begin now. Okay.
Okay, I'm done.
All right. Once again, 可以吧
OK， 开
？All right,
始。
sweet deal. All right. All right. 所以欢迎各位来到我们今天的研习会，我们今天的Nuendo 11的研习会。然后呢，你现在所看到的就是 Aldo Lamana，OK。Lamana，OK， 好，现在在挥手那位，等一下就会由他来全程去跟你们去讲到关于Nuendo 11它的会有的功能。然后呢，我就是嗨，我叫 James， 我会是你们的线上的翻译。那我刚刚有提到关于说，就是所谓的想问的问题，我们会开一个 Q&A session， 让你们可以去问。OK， 好，那我们就准备开始了。Aldo，sweet deal man, take it away man.
Hey everyone, good afternoon over there, and welcome to the Nuendo 11 presentation. So I'm going to be doing short sentences for the translation, I guess.
Sure, yeah, you could do that.
Yes, welcome everybody. And I want to give you a warm welcome from the whole Pro Audio team at Steinberg.
All right， 所以 Aldo 刚刚讲说，他就是现在你所看到就是他们的技术团队，然后想要跟各位今天所来的嘉宾说声 Hi。
So it's some people think it's more than that, but it's actually a small group that is very, very effective. We're all kind of in our home office now at Hamburg, but we're still working, and Nuendo 11 has been a great, has had great feedback on the industry because we are into so many different places.
OK， 所以刚刚 Aldo 所讲的，你刚才所看到的所有的团队里面，其实里面有所谓的精英 group， 那他们是 dedicated， 就是他们是专门是去处理 Nuendo 这一部分，就是研发 Nuendo 这一部分。然后嘞，一直这几些年来，这个 Nuendo 已经研发到就是到不同各个领域 ，OK， 然后所有在业界的使用者都对于 Nuendo 就是给他一个赞，了解我的意思吗？就是真的蛮好用的。All right.
So we have all the musical features from Cubase, and today I will be talking about that. There's so much that we have decided to split this into 2 different sessions.
OK， 所以他刚刚所讲的，今天我们也会讲到关于Cubase 有的音乐就是音乐创作的工具。那因为今天要讲的就是这一次的研习会，不是只有指今天，就是这一次他想讲的研习会，其实是会包含很多不同的，所以变成为什么才会变成说我们会有一天是在今天，然后接下来是23号，因为太多了，所以要分2天来讲。OK。
So this is how it's going to be. Like, we have a first session today, and then the next week will be the second session. So today's session, we will be doing mostly an introduction to the interface, some music and sound design features, game audio, and virtual reality. That's for today.
OK， 所以你们都在这个上面有看到了今天的 first session， 今天第一个研习会嘞，一开始就会讲到关于Nuendo 的介绍，它的基本介绍，以及嘞第2个就会讲到关于音乐以及音效制作，第3个就会讲到关于游戏声音制作，第4个就是我们非常熟悉的 VR。
And that's basically so you have an introduction, because then next session that's coming next week is going to be the real unique and very advanced unique features from Nuendo, like the ADR, automatic direct replacement, reconform, immersive audio, ambisonics. So next session on next week is going to be the most advanced one.
OK， 所以基本上你今天刚才所讲到的，就是今天都是属于比较基本的，但是下个礼拜嘞会讲到了，更是跟这个他的专业是因为Nuendo毕竟他是做影视声音后置专业，他会讲到这里面有很多像是包括 ADR 就是所谓的同步录音，然后 Reconform 就是同步现场收音的功能，然后嘞另外一个就是 Immersive Audio 就是全景声 Audio， 再来就是 Ambisonic 会讲到关于它的里面的概念以及它的环绕这一部分。
Okay, so I'm just going to start a little bit with the user interface and how Nuendo looks, just in case you have a previous version or you're coming from Cubase maybe. So I will start explaining a little bit of the interface.
OK， 所以接下来他要讲到就是关于 Nuendo 它的使用界面。那当然也会怕说有些人可能都还没碰过 Cubase， 但是没什么关系 ，Cubase 跟 Nuendo 界面都是一模一样的，所以你们都可以看一下。
So basically there's 4 main sections. In the middle part, you have all the files like audio files, Midi files. So that's the core of your project window.
OK， 所以你现在所看到的亮的那个部分，就是我们所谓的工作剪辑区域，然后里面可以包含声音剪辑，是声音像 Wave 或那些之类的，然后包括连 Midi 这些都会在这个里面。
Then on the left side is the inspector and visibility. This is basically all the information that you need from a selected track. So if you want to have inserts or sends or anything you need, just select the track and then all the information will appear on the left.
OK， 所以我们看到在左边那个长条形的这个，它是有所谓的 inspect 跟 visibility。那 inspect 就是来去检视你的轨道里面的内容，然后在这个里面你是可以去调整它的无论如何去加它的效果，或者是把它传送到任何其他的地方，就是像效果或其他的。然后它里面也有所谓的 EQ。那 visibility 嘞是有办法可以让这个上面的某个轨道，如果你觉得太多了，你可以点 visibility， 然后把这些把它先暂时就是不会出现在这个上面。
Then there's the lower tab where it can be the mixer or the audio editor, the MIDI editor, can be a sample track, can be chord track. So there's multiple windows that you can use on the bottom.
OK， 然后他刚刚所讲到，我们现在底下这个叫 lower tab。OK， 好，那这个 lower tab 就是底下这个部分，它里面包含的混音，然后也包含的剪辑以及取样率，然后取样器，然后以及那个合音模式。OK。
And then we have on the right side the control room and the loudness meter. So that's very important. We have down mix presets. So all the monitoring section goes on the right.
OK， 所以有任何一个像说，在右边的这个长条形这部分，你可以调整你的喇叭可以听到各个不同的素材，包括就像如果上面你所看到的有像说Foley 啊、音乐啊，或者是那个OS 那些都可以在里面去做调整，针对你想听到的。嗨。
And of course, everything is customizable. So if you want to just have one window, you will have it. I'm just going to explain this before I go to Nuendo so that you know what I'm doing.
OK， 所以接下来他要跟你解释，就关于这个 Nuendo 这个，就是开始慢慢进入到 Nuendo 的那个使用者界面的介绍。All right.
All right. So this is actually the project itself. So as I said before, I can take out any region. There's key commands for everything, which is why you will see that I am very, very fast in Nuendo because you can have key commands for every function basically that is available.
Right， 所以他刚刚所讲到的，在 Nuendo 里面，它在使用上是非常的快速，它可以省略掉你的时间。为什么？因为基本上它你可以 mapping， 你可以把就是所有的功能都可以做快捷键，所以它这个是非常人性化的。
Okay, so if you see me going very fast, like opening windows like this, that's why. Okay. So let's see, talking about the musical features that comes with Nuendo. So I really want to emphasize that we do have all the features from Cubase, and Cubase, everybody knows, is one of the best DAWs for music. It has 10 out of 10 of Excellence Award, and also Nuendo has 10 out of 10. So I'm gonna explain a little bit how the integration in Cubase is in Nuendo, which is basically completely integrated.
Alright， 所以接下来你准备要看到 Nuendo 里面是就是 Cubase 的功能是怎么融入到 Nuendo 的软体里面。OK。
So for example, This is just a MIDI project, and I'm just going to explain one of them because there's limited time. I will explain one of my favorite features, which is the chord track and the chord pads.
Okay, 所以在这个里面，hold on, Aldo, let me ask you, have you opened up the have you shown the Nuendo interface right now?
Well, this is the project window. So this is, yes, this is the project window. The other window, which is important, that it's of course very important, will be the mixing console.
The picture that I'm looking at right now, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, it's not actually from your Nuendo, right? Because I want to make sure, because it might be mistaken.
Yeah, sorry, it says that my screen stopped, and now my screen is paused. I don't know why.
All right, 各位，他要准备讲到关于就是它里面有的就是所谓的合音的功能。那现在来说的话，他可能要先看一下为什么呢？是因为它有了，看到了。Post track. All right, no problem. Because I was like, what?
Yeah, it's a problem from Zoom. So now I don't know why it doesn't change my. Wow, I cannot change from PowerPoint to Nuendo, so I might just stick to Nuendo.
Good deal. All right.
Okay, so this is Nuendo, this is the interface, and I will explain the chord tracks, which is one of my favorite musical features from Cubase.
Okay.
So, we have, if you're somebody like me who doesn't play the piano too often, then you can assign chords very easily into the project.
OK， 好，所以你现在所看到的它的 project 在这个里面，然后呢，你看，如果说是 Cubase user，Cubase 使用者的话，这对你来说应该是非常熟悉的，因为你现在所看到 chords 就是它的那个chords track， 然后底下在 lower part 这部分所谓就是说，如果你不知道，就是你自己本身没有在弹钢琴的话，其实它的功能可以让你能够做个和弦。那底下你所看到就是和弦功能。嘿。
So for example, you can choose any chord that exists, and you can preview it. And of course, this is also, you can drag and drop it to a project. Have chords very easily placed into a project, and then you can control any VST and any instrument with these chords.
OK， 所以你刚刚所看到它所使用的功能，就是它在底下可以挑选可以挑选，也可以 preview， 它也可以听到它所挑选是什么样子的和弦，然后呢，它可以简单就把它拉上去到这个和弦轨道。那这个和弦轨道呢，甚至都可以应用在于你可能有第三方的音色或这些之类，都可以用这样子的方式去做。OK。
And this is something I really wish I had when I was studying music. If you know about theory, then these are the relationship of the chords, which is called circle of fifths.
Okay.
And you basically can change the whole relationship of the chords, so you know which chords are the best chords for your scale, for your whatever scale you're playing to.
OK， 好，那这一部分很抱歉，各位嘉宾，先跟你们说一下，我自己本身并不是做音乐的，其实有很多东西我可能不太了解。不过呢，依照他刚刚所讲的，就是说是他现在开启一个功能，叫做就是这个和弦的hold on, Aldo, can you put it back the chords assistant? Yes. All right. 所以你现在所看到那个地方，就是说，当你在选一些和弦的时候，当然有时候会跟其他和弦可能不太合，但是这个功能是有办法可以去弹的时候，他会跟你讲说什么更相近或者什么更符合。OK。
Okay, so for example, in this song, I just basically drag and dropped the chords and made all these MIDI parts. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you one of the instruments that is called Retrolog. And how the chords are just controlling the whole thing. Like I actually never played any keys for this. I just drag and drop the chords, and it just made the song with the mouse.
OK， 好，那接下来他要准备给你看，就是说他要用这个和弦这个功能去用在他们自己本身有的外挂，就是他自己本身有的那个音色叫 Retrolog， 然后这个就是所谓的就是电池合成器。那他准备要给你看说如何能够说在不弹钢琴的状况下，怎么去弹出一首歌出来。Okay.
So basically, I have the chords here, and then you'll see that there's an automation lane over here. And basically everything is MIDI. There's no audio here. And you'll hear how everything will be changing accordingly to the automation. So just to let you know that the MIDI support in Nuendo and Cubase is one of my favorites. Like it's very, very extensive.
OK， 所以它这边你所看到底下的所有的底下就是在那个 Retrolog 底下的那所有全部都是自动控制曲线，就是拿来做混音用的。那这一点也是他非常喜欢，就是说就是Cubase 这样子功能能够融入到 Nuendo 这里面。OK。
So you can make a lot of music, and all this comes. So for example, we have a drum machine and we have plenty of VSTs. I'm not going to go through the whole thing because Cubase is very extensive, but I want to mention that whenever you want to make a music-related presentation, just let me know because I love the music features in Nuendo. And now we will continue to other features.
OK， 所以这部分他所讲的，刚刚所给你看到的，不只是只有电池合成器，以及有看到那个电子鼓那个节奏器，然后这两个嘞，他是说，如果说之后如果想要再往这个话题这个主题更深讨的话，那当然可以跟他这边去讲，然后我们也可以特别为这个来举办一个研习会。
Okay, following from some tips and tricks that will make your life very, very easy. I want to show you now, I have a music project and I want to show you something called track versions.
OK， 接下来他准备要讲一些他所亲身所用的 Pebble， 然后这个嘞，这个叫做 track version， 他马上就要秀给你看 track version 该怎么使用。
So the basic idea is that I have, let's say all the reds are drums. So if I want to edit this, then I can just simply select all the tracks and move them into a folder track. And then in the folder track, I can
Eldo,
yes.
Eldo, I'm sorry, it might be a little bit lagging. Also, couldn't see. Maybe your mouse isn't on the right place.
Okay,
right now, your mouse is actually on top of the below the RWA.
I think it's the internet lagging then.
Yeah.
Not seeing the
Because you were doing putting all the red track into the group track, and we just couldn't see it.
Okay, so I'll do that again. Okay.
Okay.
Are you seeing now movements?
Yeah, the movement.
Okay, are you seeing now everything is moving?
No, I'm seeing the moving, and right now it just hold on. 不好意思跟各位讲一下，因为关于 Internet 的关系，然后嘞这个部分我那个要跟 Aldo 稍微确认一下，就怕说他点错地方了，或者是点的地方是我们看不到的。好，请各位先稍微等一下。Okay, right now I can actually see you point to the music select the track to new folder.
Perfect.
Right?
Yeah, I will do that.
Yeah. Hold on. Which one are you gonna move to? Because you say all the red are drums, so that's retro, right?
That's so this is a new project, and the red. This is just a drum part. I will play it so you can know what I'm talking about.
Oh.
So this is a music project, and I just want to show you how you can edit audio easily. And it could be for music, it could be for films. So what I did was
Aldo, I'm sorry, intervene. Could you do me a favor, like close down the lower zone?
Yeah, it's closed.
Oh, because I'm still seeing the lower zone right now.
Man. Yeah, I'm really sorry about that.
It's okay. It's okay. Just want to make sure that you know.
Opening and closing it again. So I'm not really sure what you're saying. This is a first for me.
Yeah, because hold on. Your Nuendo project, are you using two monitors?
Nope.
Just one monitor.
Just one monitor. Yes. Okay, this is weird. What?
Yeah, because we couldn't really see the So you might want to restart sharing the screen again.
Okay. There's something going on today.
I know. It's the internet. All right. So okay, good. Now I see it. Now we see it. All right.
I really hope you understand that the internet is very well overwhelmed by all this information.
I know. It's all right. So OK 好，那现在你现在所看到他开一个新的 project。OK， 然后你现在所看到所有红色这部分都是跟打击乐器是有关的。OK， 好。
Let's start from scratch.
Let's start from it.
Okay, I have a project, and the red tracks is just drums. It's a kick, snare, hi-hat, toms. So I have my drums in red, and then everything else is on folders. You see?
Yeah， 所以现在你所看到的所有的红色，就像我刚刚所讲，都是打击乐器。那其他的都是在编组轨道。你现在所看到的，它在开很像是个资料夹，那个就是所谓的编组轨道。我们是有办法可以把所有的轨道放置到一个编组轨道。所以在这个画面上，就你自己在看这画面上也比较干净，也比较清楚。你现在在看是哪一个 ？All right.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I have everything in folders except the drums. So I'm gonna show you how easy it is to just put them into a folder track. Just right click and say move selected tracks to new folder.
OK， 所以现在他现在准备给你做的就是说，所做的功能就是让你看到说他要怎么去把这些轨道放进到一个主要的母的资料夹，所以我们只要轻松的打开它，然后就可以看到它在里面所有的轨道，我们也可以轻松的把它关起来，所以它不占你的画面。OK。
And then there's something called group editing, which means that if I press this, then I can edit everything that is on the folder at the same time.
OK， 所以现在来说，他给你看到的就是他刚刚所点的，就是 group editing， 就是可以去剪辑，在这个母资料夹底下所有都会做就是同时都会被剪辑。所以如果他剪一个地方的时候，那它底下所有都会被剪。All right.
So that makes it very easy, but not only that, but also another thing that I really like. You can, when you have group editing enabled, then let's say you have your plugins and you have your drum sound that you really like, and you can A/B between complete different takes. So I have take 1 from drums and then take 2, and all the VST remain the same. So I can AV the mix very easily.
OK， 所以它sorry OK， 所以他现在所给你看到就是现在 Nuendo 这边是有个功能 OK， 那个叫做 track version， 然后呢这可以让你去做对比。所以你通常我们在做的时候，有可能我们都需要再看它现在总共有7轨，也许我们还要再做另外7轨下来才可以做个对比，但是在这里是不需要的，只要轻松点这个 track version， 它就直接从第一个版本换到第二个版本，你可以来回看，然后来回去听。OK。
So I'm going to play that, for example. Let's say I have some VSTs on the kick and also some things already. I'm going to play the song and I'm going to A/B between the 2 takes of the drums. And then you can listen to the whole thing and select the parts that you want.
OK， 所以接下来他准备要给你听第一版跟第二版不一样的地方。
OK。 So it's very easy to monitor which is the best take. And then if you want to have the chorus on the second one, you can even copy, go to the second one, and then just paste it over there. So it's very easy. And this for post-production saves a lot of time.
所以就是刚才的 track version 这个功能就可以让你快速去比对第一个版本跟第二个版本以外嘞，然后刚才所谓的 group editing 也可以说，如果你中间有想要换中间的一段到另外一段去的话，你直接去剪，然后把它移过去就行了。而且一剪的时候是其他所有都是同时都被剪，然后也是同时被移到别的地方去。嘿。
Another thing that it's very convenient for music and for post-production, we have a window where you can have, whenever the mix is ready, you can have the stereo out, but you can also have the different stems going at the same time. So if you go to multiple, you can have the stereo mix, and let's say a 5.1 mix, and then all the different stems with all the effects if you want, and then you can add them to a queue. And then all of the files will be rendered for you in one go. So you can just go, have a coffee, come back, and then everything, including the stems, if you want, will be rendered for you.
OK， 所以在这个部分呢，你现在所看到 Export Audio Mixdown， 那这就是他们所谓的输出声音输出的视窗。然后嘞，你看所看到它现在在这个视窗的左上角有看到有 Single 有 Multiple， 所以它在输出的时候，它除了可以输出单个以外，它也可以去选择不同的，如果你是有5.1或者是立体声，它可以输出这些，以及可以输出它里面的分轨，然后直接放到它底下的 Q 之后嘞，就有点像是 Premiere 那种的做法。那它可以让你一次性就把所有东西全部都输出出来，然后会节省你很多时间。当然，你还是需要先去喝个咖啡，然后再回来看。Yeah.
All right, and I'm gonna give you a quick update on something that will come next week, but it's very nice for music also. So we have the whole immersive tools for Dolby Atmos and also to deliver immersive mixes. And that I will go into very detail the next week, but I just want to show you, for example, how Nuendo can handle immersive 3D audio mixes in a musical way. And next week, I will go in detail how to connect all this and how to make it work.
All right, that's getting really excited now. OK， 所以他现在所给你看到就是这个是在 Nuendo， 只是在 Nuendo 11会有的功能。然后这个嘞就是杜比，这是那个杜比环绕 ，OK， 杜比全景声。然后嘞，这下个礼拜会讲更多关于这个。不过今天大概让你看到像它的杜比全景声的它的使用者界面会长什么样子。这个是听起来非常兴奋，所以下个礼拜千万不要 miss 掉，这个是蛮精彩的。All right.
All right, so that's coming next week. So as you can see, we also have a multi-panel that supports all the immersive audio things, and of course you can then deliver for all these stream services. Let me see if my PowerPoint, are you seeing my PowerPoint now?
Yeah, I see your PowerPoint, but your voice is a little bit breaking.
Oh, it's a little bit breaking. Okay.
Yeah, a little bit, because maybe you open up the render. Okay, 所以let me explain to them. Okay, hold on for me. 所以你刚刚所看到的这些除了可以去做这全景声以外，然后它还会介绍我们在混这些全景声的时候，它会有什么样子的工具可以协助到你。Okay.
Okay, I want to also tell you something that it's in Nuendo and it's very nice for these times. We have VST Connect, which means that you can record over the internet voiceovers or even MIDI parts, or even music with no loss in quality. So VST Connect in Nuendo has also the function to do voiceover with video. And
okay.
We'll talk about that next week also.
That's next week.
Yeah, but I want to mention that because VST Connect, I will not talk about that next week. I'll talk about voice-over recording, but I want to mention that in Nuendo, there is the fully lossless audio connectivity to the internet, and the performer does not have to have Nuendo. He has to only download a freeware, which is called VST Performer, and then he can just connect with you, and you can record remotely through the internet with no loss in quality.
OK， 所以他现在所讲这个功能 VSD Connect 是有办法可以让你在就是让你在一个地方录，然后演奏者或者是配音员可以在另外一个地方。那尤其是使用这个功能在录的时候，当然我们在看这个 Internet 就是网络这个部分在传输过去这个中间，这个声音是不会有任何的，就是不会它的音质会是完美的，了解我意思吗？就是它不会有任何一个调频或什么这些之类的。好 ，OK。
Cool. And now one thing, the project that I show immersive audio. And you have probably seen that in the theaters where you have height speakers, I hope, with Dolby Atmos.
Yeah.
And I just want to mention that there's more and more support for this. So you can even try it with a demo. In case you want to make your stereo mixes sound immersive, you can try it now. So this is the marketing name that they have put into it, the music changed forever. And I really think it's true because it's very nice to have all this immersive mix coming along.
OK， 好，那这个就是讲到所谓的这个 Dolby Atmos Music， 就是杜比全景声音乐。现在其实有很多，不但是国外，其实我们国内其实有很多人已经开始在使用Nuendo 再去做这个全景声的音乐。然后所以为什么这上面就写什么呢？就写 Music just change forever。所以我们所听的模式已经在改变了。嘿。
Okay, and you can have more than 100 speakers in a room, and we have the support for this. So if you have 100 speakers, you can connect them. I hope you have interfaces.
Okay, hey, could you just stay on that picture, the one with all the speakers?
Yeah.
Sweet deal, man, sweet deal. OK， 所以他刚刚所讲的，如果说你这一本就是如果假设你有100颗 speaker， 那这个 Atmos Bed 这个部分呢，就是它的功能都有办法都可以接收到，但是不过你需要有很多的界面，对 ，All
right. So let's keep going. I'm going to talk very briefly about game audio because this is something that's also kind of unique in Nuendo, the game audio workflow.OK，
接下来他准备要介绍给你看，就是 Nuendo 有的特别的另外一个功能嘞，就是叫做 Game Audio， 这个是用在于去跟就是像游戏制作公司或这些之类，我们怎么去做游戏配乐以及游戏声音，然后植入到他们的程式里面。
And basically we have the whole workflow starting with the music and sound design.Then we have a dialogue replacer, so it's the ADR taker for the dialogue voiceover. We have a renamer for all the files. Then we have all the flexibility in the export. And then finally, we can connect with the audio middleware itself, and I will show that.
Okay, just stay on that picture, okay? OK， 所以你现在所看到这个 picture 里面，一开始他们这个是游戏声音制作流程，一开始是做所谓的音乐跟音效 ，OK， 游戏音乐跟音效，然后再来我们就是做所谓的就是 ADR， 就是配音，然后这在下个礼拜也会讲到。然后中间就会到一个 renamer，renamer 就是说，如果说游戏制作公司需要你去把，就是因为那些我们所输出的声音档案的名称都一定要应对到他们所使用的档案，就是他们所使用的程式里面的档案名称，所以 renamer 是有办法可以帮你快速把所有的去把它 change。就是把它重新命名到就是跟游戏制作所使用的名字是一样的，然后再来 export 跟 render 就是我们做所谓的输出，然后再来我们输出之后就放进到它的 game audio 的功能里面。Yep.
Exactly. Okay.
Thanks.
So I want to show you that, okay, we connect to another software called Wise. And this is the middleware, which means you create your music and sound effects in Nuendo, and then in this middleware, you implement the sounds into the game.
OK， 所以我们在牛豌豆里面去做我们的音效以及配乐创意 ，OK 创作，然后嘞做完之后，我们就需要把它丢到 middleware， 就是它的就是这个软体叫 Wise， 这个 Wise 就会去 connect 到像是说我们讲的像Unity 或 Unreal，OK， 好。
Exactly. So now the main difference is that Nuendo has a linear, so at the determined start and end point is linear based, and Wise, it depends on what the user input does. So if you open a door, then the door sounds gets triggered. So it's non-linear. That's the main difference.
Okay.
One of the main.
Okay.All right， 所以在我们现在有看到 Wise 跟 Nuendo 这个不一样的地方，在 Nuendo 当然一定的，我们在做这些游戏的时候，我们在做游戏声音或者是配乐，我们都是一定是从一开始然后到结束，也就是说我们可能说这个音乐是总共有10秒，所以一定是1到10，这是固定我们所做的 OK。 不过嘞，当我们丢进到 Wise 里面嘞，Wise 里面它会去针对真正就是玩家他们有可能就是可能按到就是说要开门，然后那时候才会有开门的声音，所以等于说我们 Nuendo 里面先做好所有需要的声音，我们再丢进到 Wise， 然后让他们去编入他们的程式里面。Okay.
So after you create the sound effects and you put it into Wise, then you have the game engine, and then you can play the game. And this is what I will do now. I will show a game where there's a sound that has to be exchanged, and then I'll go to Nuendo, connect it to Wise, and quickly exchange the sound so that you can see how easy and streamlined it is.
OK， 好，现在他准备了，准备要示范给你看，他如何在 Nuendo 里面去制作这个声音，然后经过 Wise 丢进到 Game Engine， 就像我刚刚所讲 Unreal 或 Unity， 现在准备要示范了。OK。
And it's all done through this small window. So there's just one window that connects Nuendo with Wise, and it's called Game Audio Connect.
Yeah， 这个你现在所看到的 Game Audio Connect 嘞，就是Nuendo 以及游戏引擎的中间的桥梁。
Okay, so I'm going to open a project for this. I'm going to open Wise, and let's see. Sound effects demo. Let's open Wise here. Okay. Wise will open at some point.
All right.
Where are you? There you go. Okay.
Yeah, it takes time.
Have a workspace here for this. Cool.
All right.
So now I see that my Game Audio Connect says that Wise, it's there.
Okay.
And I'm going to open a Wise project.
OK， 所以当他在他现在是 Nuendo 跟 Wise 以及他的 Game Audio Connect 的这3方都开起来了，然后呢，他现在就点 Wise， 然后 Wise 嘞他点对不起 Game Audio Connect， 然后这个 Wise 就会自动打开来，然后应对到他现在所要使用的 project。
Okay, so now I have Nuendo one side, Wise in the other side, and if I click on the containers, I can see that Nuendo knows the path where to put the sound.
OK， 所以他现在所给你看到，他在 Wise 里面所点任何的声音的时候，然后嘞，在 Game Audio Connect 它会秀出来这个声音档案它的路径是在什么地方。Hey.
Okay, so what I'll do is let's see the game itself. So I'm going to go and open the little game, and let's check the sound.
他现在准备要打开游戏，让大家看一下。So you're going to open up the game and show them, right?
Open the game in my
All right.
computer with Wise and Nuendo connected. So, okay, I can see that there's a sound that it's not the best sound. And what
the
I'll
one
do,
with the clown.
yeah, exactly. It sounded, let me just, because this I'll put the output here so you can all hear it. Okay, let's try again. It was, so yeah, I had some sounds, but the gunshot is obviously wrong. So I have to change the gunshot, okay? So this is how I do it. I go to Nuendo, I have Wise connected. I have my Wise here. I select the path. So this is my shotgun blast. And when I select the path, then I just select a sound of a shotgun and drag and drop it over there.
OK， 所以刚刚你所看到的，基本上当他在开那个什么那个散弹枪的时候，你听到就是刚才那个声音，所以那基本上一定是错的。所以接下来他要给你看，他要怎么去换这个声音过去。嘿
So I'll drag and drop it into Wise, and it will basically render the file, and it will ask me if I want to import it.
OK， go ahead.
I import the file, and then I just have to basically tell it to generate the sound, the whole code for what I just did. And then if I play the game again, now we have the sound. That's it.
Can you just press one more time? Sorry, sweet deal. OK, great, excellent. 好，那他刚才给你看到，就是他可以快速在 Nuendo 里面打开这个 project， 然后跟 Wise connect 起来。然后呢，他的所使用的 gunshot， 我只要丢进到 Game Audio Connect 里面去之后呢，然后进入到 Wise， 你会经历过但是你会经历过他这边就是他会问说你的路径以及你需要去就是快速点几个地方，然后呢就可以换置过去。其实这个在做游戏时候，这也解决之前像说我们以前在为游戏制作产生的去做那个音效制作的时候，有时候我们丢过去其实是蛮累的，尤其是来回在交谈说这个到底是对还是错。所以基本上用这样子功能，而且你也可以自己去玩这个游戏，听到你所放进去的声音到底是不是对的，所以可以很快让你去做检查。All right.
And I was to mention also that you can also have multiple bounces. So if you have, let's say 25 files, you can bounce them multiple in just one go. And you can also bounce MIDI files. So if you have a very small video game in a phone and you only want MIDI, then you can also have it. So you can bounce even whole songs or MIDI parts into Wise.
OK， 所以他刚刚所讲到说，无论如何你有多少轨道，或者是里面都可以有包含 MIDI， 都有办法可以去输出出去，然后去丢进到那个 Wise 里面。By the way, Aldo, somebody actually asked, for your game engine, is it Unreal or?
Right now, I'm just using the terminal for my Mac, so it's a really simple game that comes with Wise. You can download the Wise demo and it will be there. It's called Cube, and you just need the terminal in the Mac. I actually am not using any engine right now. It's just the terminal.
No problem. 他刚刚所使用那个并不是 Unreal， 他使用的是 Wise。那 Wise 自己本身都会有这些，就是有这些自己的小游戏。那你们可以去看一下 Wise 那个部分，其实很多的国外的3A 大作都是用 Wise 以及 Nuendo 去做的。
Okay, one thing that's very important I must mention. We do have a way that anybody can connect to Nuendo. So if you have a programmer, or if you're a programmer yourself, and there's an open window in Nuendo to connect to it. So you could potentially connect any middleware to Nuendo. I just showed Wise, but there's others, and the code is open. So you can have you can ask for it, and you can even connect to Nuendo if you know how to do it.
Alright, 所以基本上他刚刚所讲 Nuendo 它是 open base， 就是它是开放性的，所以刚才所秀给你看的 Wise 它只是其中一个是可以当对于其他的就像对于游戏的中间桥梁，但实际上呢，它是如果你有办法可以写程式的话，你也有办法可以说去做自己的应用。OK， 好。
Okay, I'm going to close all this now. And let's move on. So that was Game Audio Connect. I will talk briefly about virtual reality. We do have the support to have 360 mixes inside Nuendo, so it works perfect for virtual reality.
OK， 所以他现在所准备要给你看到就是360环绕的声音，就是 ambisonic 环绕模式。然后嘞，接下来他要准备讲所谓的它的概念。All right.
And ambisonics, which is the technique used for this, you can think about it. The easiest way to think about it is like a full sphere surround sound technique where the user is in the middle of the sphere.
OK， 所以当人家在跟你讲 ambisonic 这一部分，你可以去想象自己就像那个在球很大的球里面，而你是在那个球的中间。
So you might think, what is the advantage of ambisonics? And that is that it has head tracking. So you can track your head and you can move along and the sounds will follow your movements.
OK， 所以他说，这个部分就是 ambisonic 它有另外就是所谓的就是另外一个就是 head tracking 功能，但有些人有使用到应该会知道我在说什么。这个 head tracking 功能呢，当你在转头的时候，你所做的声音会跟着你的头变不同，跟着你的头的摇摆方向做不一样的。所以如果说原本声音就是在你左边，然后你往左边。你往右边再多一点的话，说不定它就变到你的，我刚刚讲其实是废话，到你最左边，甚至到你的后面。OK， 好。
Okay, and sorry, I just jumped.
No
ahead.
problem, man.
Okay.
No problem.
So of course we need a panner for this, a special panner, and in Nuendo you can do it all with the mouse, which is a little bit complicated because you have to put the goggles and you have to with the mouse, so you have to be testing that. So we came with a partnership with another company called Dear VR, and now you can mix inside the VR world with Nuendo with some controllers.
Okay, I'm sorry, Aldo, because your voice was breaking before, but
Okay.
now it's okay. So, 所以接下来他要给你讲到的，实际上就是在前2年我们那边一直尽力都在推的 Icon 这里，我们对不起，我讲到 Icon， 对，那我们尽力都有在推所谓的 DFVR， 这个是也是德国那边另外一个就是说另外一个VR 所使用的硬体跟软体，你可以带上你现在所看到就是可以带上像HTC。那你可以就是你人会感觉到就在那个游戏里面，然后你戴上耳机，你随意看，就跟刚才所讲的 ambisonic 一样，你怎么看那个声音会跟着你的头的摇摆方向会变得不一样。All right.
So because I cannot easily show you this, not being in person, I do have a little video and I will show you a little bit how it looks like in the video, so you can have a sense of how you can mix inside VR with Nuendo.
OK， 所以因为他现在没办法在现场做给你看，所以他会开启一个影片，让你看到底 DFVR 是怎么去做应用，在这个 VR 这个里面。
So basically, every sphere, now there's a sphere called Droid. Every sphere is a track inside Nuendo, and it will appear on the VR goggles. And you can move the tracks, so the panning of the track around with the controller.
All right. 所以在这个部分来说，你现在所看到它上面有些像是很多的球，很多的那个小白球，这些小白球就是应对到你 Nuendo 里面所有不同的轨道，然后嘞上面就是像 Joy 有写 Joy 或 Spaceship 或那些之类的，也就是上面所写的名字。那你可以用你的 HTC controller。然后 HTC controller， 然后去点这些小白球，然后移到你想要的位置。然后嘞，你在移动的时候，你也会听到有就是它的方向改变，从前面、后面、左边、上方跟下面。其实这个之前我们是有玩过的，然后超级酷，嘿。
So basically, in this case, the woman had in Nuendo the automation set to right. So every movement she made with the spheres, it got written into Nuendo. So it's as easy as that. You just press right and start playing with the controllers around, move things around, and Nuendo will track all the movements.
OK， 所以你现在所看到在 Nuendo 这里面呢，你看到它，在 Droid 就是现在的那个显示白色的那个轨道里面底下的那3个轨道都是混音自动控制曲线。那它可以光是用这个控制器，我就可以去做，就是去记录下来到底这个球的声音大小，或者是它的相位要是在什么地方。
Pretty cool. And if you have 2 controllers, you can move things around with one, and with the other, lower the volume. So it's actually, you can have more than one function at the same time.
Yep， 所以他刚刚所讲到，因为毕竟它的控制器会有2个，所以这个控制器你都有办法可以说，一个控制器是专门去调整这个声音的位置，另外一个控制器也可以对着它，然后可以去调整它的音量大小。OK。
And with that, I went through the core of the first presentation, and I want to remind you, we will have the next week, the one that comes with all the most advanced features. So this was an introduction, and I really hope you enjoy. And now it's time for questions, if you have any.
OK， 所以今天的所要介绍的就是这些，然后嘞，哇，不错诶，比那个1个小时半少了个半小时，太棒了。然后嘞，然后如果有任何问题的话，现在可以发问，现在是 Q&A 时间。All right, let's see if they have any question to ask.
I know there's a lot of information.
I know， 所以你可以在聊天室里面，然后来打你想要问的问题，我可以帮你去问他，或者是你也Okay, we have two questions. Okay, so one of it asked that if for the VR part, the video that showed that is that like hold on, let me see. Oh, it's okay. I can explain these. Can I explain that? Okay, all right. 所以你刚刚所看到 VR 的那个影片呢，基本上实拍影片的部分是的，没错，它是使用一样的功能，只不过它可能有些地方可能会因为版本而变得不一样。那变得不一样，绝对不是说变得或可能这个功能变不见，或不是，它可能会有新增一些更新的功能。Okay, there's another one that actually asked in English. If you can see the chat.
Let me check.
Yeah. Can we use monitoring ambisonic audio binarily via the phone channel in Nuendo to make a regular 5.1 mix? Yes, actually you can.
I mean, actually, there's down mix and up mix for all that.
Mm-hmm.
And we have several algorithms. We even have the Dolby Atmos algorithm.
Mm-hmm.
You can monitor a 5.1 in ambisonics, yes. And you can monitor a Dolby Atmos mix in ambisonics also.
OK， 所以刚才有位上问的问题就在于说是他问说我们在做这个全景声的时候，我们是否可以单一就直接用耳机就可以听得到，而且听得到它里面所有我们做调整的相位那些之类。是的，没错 ，Nuendo 的确是有这样子的功能是可以做得到的。嗨。
Next week, I will go in detail on how to do this and how to, for example, listen to the Dolby Atmos mix in ambisonics.
OK，
and how all the connections. Yes.
Sweet deal. 所以下个礼拜千万不要 miss 掉。为什么？因为下个礼拜他准备要去给你看到就是杜比全景声，我一直讲杜比全景声。然后嘞，你可以光是用耳机，你用耳机你就可以听到你所做的调整。OK， we have another question. VR 看要在跑 generation 没有 VR。
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm seeing other guys asking for if in VR, like if in VR we change all the sound, do we need to do any generation like we did in Wise? Yeah, no. 对于关于这个问题的话是不需要的。其实你在 VR 里面去做的。就是在 Nuendo 里面去做，在 VR 里面所调整的，在 Nuendo 会马上就秀出来，所以你不需要做任何其他的generation 出来。Hey, I'm sorry, I'm just taking a liberty to answer that question.
No worries, for sure. I want to really quickly show, because it's kind of quick, how to set to hear all the ambisonics. Basically, you have to create an ambisonic bus.
Mm-hmm.
You have to set it to be the main mix, and when you set it to be the main mix, now here appears automatically the down mix from whatever thing you have to ambisonics. So it's that easy. It's just, you have to create basically an ambisonic bus, and it will appear here, the ambisonic ambidecoder, and then in the control room, in your phones, you just connect it, and that's it, basically. And I will go in detail this next week, but I just want to show you that it's not a big deal. It's just create the ambisonic bus, set it as a mix, and then you have the ambidecoder here. That's it.
OK， 所以他刚刚秀给你看的就是如何去把，就是说在它的 audio connection， 就是它的线路这部分，让你看到说它怎么去做调整，从就是它有做出来所谓的 third order ambisonic 这个模式出来，然后它会跳出来这个 phone channel， 然后你可以从这里面去做调整，可以在你的耳机里面听得到。OK， 然后另外 I have another question. Let me see the question. OK， 好，如果使用 marker 轨道一次需要我看一下，出许多引导，使用 marker 轨道一次出许多 marker 轨道输出的音呢放在同一轨道里面吗？不好意思，因为这个部分的话我不太清楚。你说使用 marker 轨道一次出 marker 轨道一次出许多音档的时候 ，OK， 好，那我等一下私底下 answer 你这个问题好了。OK， 另外一个就是另外一个问题就是问关于ambicodic 自己的 HRTF ambicodic can it be input into your HRTF?
So for the HRTF, there's actually another window, and it's called head tracking. And then you have to have a device. So you can do it manually. And if you have a VR controller, like the goggles, then it will do it automatically. So it's actually, if you want to have head tracking, it's into another window. It's not here. Yeah. And now it's head tracking, but I actually don't have any goggles, so it will not head track anything.
Yeah,
it will head track whatever you have connected. So if you have a goggle, or if you have like the ones you put on your headphones, or it could be a 3D mouse also.
Yeah. 所以HRTF 这个部分，Nuendo自己本身是有个 head tracking 这个功能，所以无论如何你在使用哪一家的 HRTF 的话，只要它这个Nuendo 或者这电脑可以侦测到的话，那基本上是可以用到的，所以你可以去试看看这一部分。OK， 所以还有没有任何问题想要知道的？ I mean, that's pretty cool. For the next week, we're gonna see the Dolby Atmos.
Yeah, that's the main feature of this version.
I know. 因为下个礼拜这Nuendo 11，可以让你自己在家里，只要有Nuendo 11，当然，好的监听耳机跟录音界面，你就可以自己在家里去做这个杜比全景声，无论说是在音乐或者是在或在影视后制或者这些都可以做得到。但一定固定的，大家也要我说一定要跟大家讲说，虽然说我们是自己在家里这样去做以外，你还是一定要在对的地方，还是要做 double check。Hey.
And if you ever come with any questions in these days, then next week I'll be here. So if you have any burning questions that comes after the session, just connect next week and we can talk about it.
Well, at least we got one last question though.
Yes.
One last question. I want to know more about Nuendo audio connection logic. He wanted, Agnes, yeah, she wanted, either she or sure. Here, I'm sorry. The last question, want to know about audio connection, the concept of audio connection.
I'm thinking that probably they want to know about the control room, maybe, because I mean the audio connections.
Oh, control room. Yep, no problem.
Is that it? Probably,
yeah, control room. Yeah,
it's something that it can be confusing for some people. So I'm just
Yeah.
gonna start from scratch. I'm gonna remove all this, and if you open a project,
okay.
you have inputs and outputs. So now I have an interface, which is my Steinberg UR44. And you can just change whatever you want here, right? Okay, normal. This is normal stuff. Then outputs. You can put the output straight from your interface, which is what most people do. And this is what most DAWs do. So in all of the DAWs, probably most of them, you can normally just set the output here and it will go straight to the outputs of your interface with no possibility of any monitoring, right? So that's very straightforward. In Nuendo and in Cubase, we have the so-called the control room. And the control room is this section over here in the right, CR. Okay. Now, the control room, I'm gonna remove this and I'm gonna remove this. Normally, it will look like this. So you have your stereo out and a metering channel. This is only for metering purposes. This is just for the people who want to have a meter. Okay, so in order for the user to use the control room, which means all the monitoring inside Nuendo, then you have to add a monitor. Okay, and then you have to choose what monitor you want. If you do an Atmos, then you go this way. If you do ambisonics, so let's stay in stereo. Okay.
Okay.
My interface music. Okay. This means now over here, the whole logic changed, and now I'm able to have some control. If I put my interface here in the control room and not in the outputs, this is not only in the control room. I can see that now I have control over many different things that were not before. And you can put the volume up and down here, just like a console, and it will not affect the routing of your main output. So if you have a main output, this main output in most DAWs, you will just do this.
Yeah, definitely.
But once you have Nuendo and you have the control room, your monitor is here and it's not over here. That's the main part. So there's many things. Why would you do this? And for example, I'm going to tell you one thing that most people don't know. You can, for example, add a monitoring source, which means you can split your projects into dialogue, Foley, music, and then you can select which parts to hear. So it's basically a monitoring source that can route signals whenever you have it on. If you don't like it, you can turn it off and just connect it straight. That's another option. But once you connect the control room here as a monitor, then there's a lot of things that get unleashed. For example, down mix. This thing, if you want to listen to your mix in stereo, it's as easy as this. If you don't have the control room, you won't be able to do this. That's the logic of it. It's a monitoring source.
Okay. That's a lot to take for me right now. Yeah.
Okay.
That's great. Okay. 好，那针对
Should I go by step?
I don't care. Thanks, Vlad. Okay. All right. I'm just gonna explain, because if you're gonna say more, I'll be yeah. All right, man. OK， 所以刚才所讲到关于这个 audio 它里面的线路系统的概念，基本上你所看到的，它现在这个在Nuendo里面，你可以点 F4， 然后就会跳出它的 audio connection。我刚刚所讲的它里面的线路的系统，然后它的编制方式，然后你看到简单来说，我们在一边在使用，如果我们只是单一使用自己一个就是说录音界面或什么之类，当然它就直接到这个录音界面，所有的音量跟那些调整都要从它的 mastering 的轨道那边去做。那当你在使用 control room 的时候 ，dude, you're actually right on spot, man. Cool. 也当你在使用 control room 的时候，那这个它在里面你可以特别去叫出一个，就是特别去增加一个 monitor， 然后嘞到你的录音界面，只要你在 control room 去做这个的时候嘞，你在那个最右边的时候，你就会看到 C 啊，就是这个长条形这地方，它的功能就是蛮多的，尤其是像说音量大小，你可以借由底下的 mix 的底下的那个音量，你可以去调整大小，而且不会去影响到你里面内部的，就是它的音量大小，你只是听觉上听起来是有调整，但它不会动到你的工作档。然后另外来说的话，它还有所谓的 down mix， 它有 down mix preset， 然后 down mix preset 就是说我可以换成不同的监听模式，我可以听立体声，或者是我可以听单声道。那这一点大概跟各位稍微说一下，那为什么会有 mono 轨道？那是因为有时候我们在混在立体声的时候，其实有很多如果我们只是单听在 mono 里面，可能那个东西没有出现，那个程式没有出现，所以说变成我们有时候当我们自己在做回音的时候，我们也会有特别开一个 mono， 我们会一边听，我们混完一个 stereo， 我们会听一下 mono， 先听那个层次混出来层次到底有没有。那如果说是有的话，那更不要说你的立体声一定更漂亮。然后它这上面又增加了，如果你自己是就说可以借由这个，你可以去听不同的模式，你可以去听 Atmos， 可以听立体声 5.1。那除了这以外，在这个里面，我们甚至都可以在那个 Audio Connection， 我们都可以去增加一些，就是像说单独我要听到是音乐，或单独我们要听到是旁白，或是单独要听到是音效。那我们也可以从这个4R里面之后去做控制，就是说，哎，我只要听到音乐，哎，我只要听到这个音效。所以这个部分就是它audio connection 可以给你的，就是它的 control room 可以给你的功能。那这样子的话，有没有解释到您的问题？
So basically now, while he was explaining, I added a 5.1, a third order ambisonic, a 714, and I can monitor all that through the control room with no external hardware. Normally you will have to buy something for this. And this is the power of it. This is just one of the powers. It has many options. But as you can see, I can monitor basically any kind of audio format with the control room.
Yeah, 所以在它的 control room， 他刚刚讲说，已经在 audio connection， 它有做出不同的监听模式，就像刚刚所讲的，有做那个什么 5.1， 然后有做那个全景声，就是 third order ambisonic， 然后跟 mono stereo， 你可以之间这样去调换，所以你可以使用这个 control room 这个功能去听。所以接下来为什么我说下个礼拜那个非常非常重要？下个礼拜就是讲到再一次提到。他就会跟你讲杜比 Atmos， 然后这个就是现在所做的未来趋势。All right.
Thank you, man.
No problem, dude. OK， 所以还有没有什么其他问题？如果说如果你这个中间到下个礼拜的时候，你中间有想要有任何问题，你可以先写下来，因为下个礼拜我们一样都会有那个Q&A session， 所以你们可以在那时候也可以一并问。All right, so I just explained to them that just between today and also next week, if they ever thought about any question, they could ask the question on the next Q&A session on the next week.
Perfect.
All right. 好，那如果说是目前为止没有什么问题的话，那我们就要非常感谢 Aldo 今天为我们去做解释关于这个那个 Nuendo 11的居多的功能。So okay, so Aldo, thank you so much for the introduction. All right.
Much for your time and thanks for everything. I'm also thanks Yamaha Taiwan and Kevin for organizing all this. Thanks for the translation, James, and I see you next week.
kill me. All right.
Yes.
All right. 所以好了，那我们就下个礼拜就见喽。那谢谢各
Thank
位
you,
今天
Aldo.
来看，
Thank you, James,
谢
for the
谢。
translation.
Hey,
Really
no
appreciate
problem,
it.
Stanley. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Take care and all the best. Stay safe.
Yeah, take good care. All right, man.
Bye-bye.
All right. All right, Aldo. I'll see you next week, bud. All right, sweet deal.
Thank you.
All right.